Okay guys, so the second part of this is going to be your vocab terms, and then we're going to go over area. Okay, so we're going to do vocab terms 27 and 28. So 27 is going to be base. So the base of a parallelogram is the length of the bottom side. Okay, and you're going to see that in the drawing that I do after number 28. Okay, so that is the base. The base of the parallelogram is the length of the bottom side, and number 28 is going to be the height, and this is in relation to the parallelogram, but also in relation to the triangles that we're doing. So the height of a parallelogram is the perpendicular distance from the base to the opposite side. From the base to the opposite side, and then I'll show you that in the drawing here. So if we draw a parallelogram that has two sets of parallel sides, okay, this here is going to be the base, this would just be a side, and from this corner we drop down a dotted line at a right angle, and this is going to be the height of the parallelogram. And you'll need all of those things to do the note section, or know all those things for the notes. So I'm going to go ahead and flip back into item number 8. If you need to pause the video, go ahead and do that. Otherwise, just follow along with me. Okay, so this is going to be item number 6. So we're going to continue on item number 6, and we're going to go ahead and talk about area of a parallelogram. So let's write that in words. In words, we say the area of a rectangle or a parallelogram. So the area of a rectangle or parallelogram is the base, and we're going to call the base B, times the height, and we're going to label the height with an H. Okay, so the formula for area of a rectangle or parallelogram is just going to be area equals base times height. Okay, and the example, I'm going to use both a rectangle and a parallelogram so you see how that works. So in a basic rectangle, where we would have a base of 5 and a height of 3, we would have area equals 3 times 5, which is 15 units square, because we're talking about area here. Okay, and then we would have a parallelogram would look something like this, like the one we drew in our definition section. The base would continue to be 5. We're going to drop down the perpendicular to tell us that the height here is 3. Okay, so the area is going to be equal to 3, which is the height, times 5, which is the base, which is equal to 15. And again, it's units square because it is an area. Okay, so let's do another example. We're going to use a parallelogram this time, something that you might see in your homework. So here is a parallelogram, another one very similar to what you may see. There's a perpendicular drop down to the base, making this the height, which is 3, and this base is going to be 6. So the area is equal to the base times the height. The area is equal to the base, which is 6, times the height, which is 3, and that means the area is equal to 18, and remember we're going to use units squared. So if it's centimeters, it would be centimeters squared. Okay, And we're going to then do our homework, because that is the end of today's lesson. Homework is going to be the area and perimeter worksheet, which you can find on the filing cabinet or in the red hanging file cabinet by the door. And that will be due on Monday. You should do all of those. If you have any questions, please let me know.